Hi guys, welcome back. It's Friday. Happy Friday. If you are new here, please consider subscribing to my channel and make sure that you like. I appreciate the support. So, this week alone, there have been 7 new lawsuits connected to Diddy. 6 were filed against him, while the 7th was filed by Diddy himself. Let's dive into the drama. In 2015, an aspiring male rapper and singer, referred to as John Doe, claims he was performing at a Los Angeles nightclub when Diddy attended with his entourage and provided numerous bottles of Ciroc to the crowd. The John Doe accuser says one of Diddy's associates told him if he did well, Diddy would talk to him about possibly signing with Bad Boy Records. According to the lawsuit filed by attorney Tony Busby, after the performance, John Doe claims he was invited to a VIP section with Diddy and other well-known artists, many of whom were taking DIDDY'S. While they were partying, he claims someone handed him a drink which Diddy himself had sent over. But soon after drinking it, he quickly felt lightheaded and blacked out. He recalls seeing Diddy and company having group sex around him as he drifted in and out of consciousness. In the lawsuit, the accuser includes a photo of a container smaller than a pen, which he claims Diddy used to dose drinks with GHB, best known as the date all wording DRUG. At some point, he says he woke up to Diddy grabbing his genitals and believes that Diddy was performing oral sex on him. The accuser says he tried to fight back, but Diddy threatened to ruin his career. He finally made his escape when Diddy demanded he have sex with a woman in the room, but instead, the accuser pretended he needed to go to the bathroom and then bolted. He's suing Diddy and Bad Boy Entertainment for sexual battery and conspiracy. In another lawsuit filed by attorney Lisa Bloom, Diddy forced a male adult entertainer to coat his body with baby oil before sexually assaulting him. John Doe claims Diddy trapped him in a vortex of exploitation and fear, subjecting him to a relentless pattern of DRUGing, sexual assaults, death threats, clandestine recording, blackmail, and psychological manipulation. According to the lawsuit, the guy claims he first met Diddy in 2007 when he was working as an adult entertainer in Las Vegas. He says Diddy would hire him through an agency to dance and strip, but claims their encounters went off the rails sexually once Diddy introduced baby oil. The man claims after applying the baby oil, he would become sleepy, disoriented, confused, exhausted, drowsy, weak, sluggish, and numb, to the point where he says he unwittingly complied with Diddy's demands and was essentially coerced into sex acts. In several encounters, the man claims Diddy squirted large amount of baby oil onto his skin, coating his body so heavily the substance dripped off. Among the sex acts, Diddy allegedly coerced him into performing in a drowsy and confused state. Master, intercourse with Diddy's female companions and ejaculate on the woman's body or mouth. The guy claims Diddy would often closely monitor to ensure he was penetrating the women by putting his face next to their genitals. He also claims Diddy once rubbed the man's juices on the woman's body and licked it off. The man says he always believed he would be able to resist any sexual advances going into the encounters, but says he found himself unable to do so once Diddy applied the baby oil to his body. He claims Diddy led him on for years with empty promises of making him a music star and blackmailed him with videos of their trysts. He says he finally worked up the courage to file a lawsuit after Cassie sued Diddy and the mogul was arrested. Could this be Jonathan Oldie? Sounds like it, but who knows, right? The next lawsuit is a former bottle service attendant. She just filed a lawsuit against Diddy, claiming she was all worded by a club promoter at Diddy's direction, and she says it went down at a Trump hotel. The women who filed the lawsuit anonymously as Jane Doe claims in the late 90s she attended an event hosted by Diddy at the Limelight nightclub in New York City. She says the club had 5 floors and the top 2 were reserved for sex parties. She says nothing happened to her at Limelight, but she and her friend made their way to the Trump Hotel in Midtown. She claims she never wanted to go out, but Diddy made it clear that they did not have a choice. The woman says she and her friend were taken to a penthouse suite along with Diddy and several other men. She claims they were held hostage in the room, DRUG'd, and forced to participate in group sex. Among other things, she says Diddy directed a club promoter to all-word her while he watched. A second woman, also a Jane Doe, just filed a lawsuit claiming she was sexually assaulted twice, first by Diddy and then by others at his command. It appears this is the friend of the first woman who filed the lawsuit a couple of days ago, because this Jane Doe also says she and a friend were at the Limelight and ended up at the Trump Hotel. She claims while in the penthouse, she was DRUG'd and a security guard all-worded her as Diddy watch. She also mentions group sex. It seems the 2 women were together doing the alleged all-words. As for the first woman, she also says in 1997, she went to a party at Diddy's house in the Hamptons after a friend told her she could earn $2,000 as a bottle service attendant. She claims she was DRUG'd and all-worded by Diddy's associates at Diddy's direction. She also says she recalls seeing Diddy fully naked at one point and witnessing another man sodomizing him. So another man was sodomizing Diddy. Okay, on to the 5th lawsuit this week. Diddy had a one-night stand with a street performer. The problem is the guy says he was all-worded. John Doe claims Diddy orally all-worded him and sexually assaulted him after spiking his drink. In the lawsuit, the man claims he was singing and playing guitar on the street outside a popular Los Angeles nightclub in November 2022 when a man claiming to be a talent scout for Diddy invited him to a Diddy party. The John Doe claims he was driven to a private home where Diddy invited him to sit down, have a drink, and talk about his music aspirations. He says, as the conversation progressed, he complimented Diddy's necklace, and Diddy asked if he wanted to see more of Diddy's jewelry collection. The guy claims Diddy then took him to a private room, where John Doe suddenly felt drowsy, off balance, and slightly euphoric, despite consuming only one drink. He says the room had no jewelry, and Diddy bluntly asked, "Have you ever sucked a D before?" He claims he told Diddy no, and Diddy responded, "You should try it," while exposing his you know what. The guy claims Diddy forced him to perform oral sex, grabbing the guy's face and forcefully inserting his you know what into his mouth. He says he became more incapacitated from the drugs Diddy gave him, and Diddy undressed him and assaulted him. Ain't no, you know the rest, before leaving the room. The next morning, the guy claims he woke up at the house to someone giving him an IV, and he was driven back to the nightclub and dropped off, never to hear from Diddy again. He claims he suffered pain, mental anguish, emotional torment, humiliation, and shame as a result, and he's going after Diddy for damages. All right, so next lawsuit. According to the sixth lawsuit this week, Diddy forced a woman to consume a drink and then sexually assaulted her in a Los Angeles nightclub, telling her to take that ish. Jane Doe, who claims he sexually assaulted her in November 2016 at Club Playhouse in Los Angeles. The woman claims Diddy approached her in the club and offered her a drink, and when she initially refused, he told her, "B, I am not asking you. Drink that ish and shut the F up." The woman claims she downed the drink because Diddy scared the crap out of her with the way he forcefully slid the glass towards her. She says after consuming the drink, Diddy placed his right arm around her in a side hug and shoved his left hand up her skirt, forcefully penetrating her with his fingers. During the alleged assault, the woman claims Diddy told her, "B, I do what I want. Take that ish." She claims his entourage was laughing nearby while he assaulted her. In the lawsuit, the woman says she was ultimately able to escape Diddy, and she left the club and held a ride back to her hotel, where she says she felt so disoriented she needed help getting back to her room. She claims she woke the next morning and was horrified to find bruising and a tear and around her V, down there, which it believes is from Diddy's alleged assault. Okay? So yeah, that is 6 lawsuits filed against Diddy. Now, this one, Diddy is the one suing. Diddy just filed a $100 million defamation lawsuit against NBC Universal, Peacock TV, and Ample Entertainment. Diddy fired off a lawsuit after Peacock TV aired the documentary Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. I reviewed that documentary. Make sure you check it out. The lawsuit accuses the media corporation of falsely, recklessly, and maliciously defaming Diddy and statements made in the documentary. The documentary aired on January 14th, and it insinuated Diddy's alleged involvement in the deaths of his former girlfriend, Kim Porter, Notorious B.I.G., Andre Harrell, Heavy D, and the attempted M-word of Al-B Sure. Diddy is accused of being a serial M-worder and sex trafficker, among other claims made by Al-B Sure. Rodney Jones, who has filed his own lawsuit against Diddy, and attorney Ariel Mitchell. Diddy's attorney said the media companies made a conscious decision to line their own pockets at the expense of truth, decency, and basic standards of professional journalism. Wolf said the documentary grossly exploited the trust of the viewing audience. Defendants seek only to capitalize on the public's appetite for scandal without any regard for the truth and at the expense of Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial. Wolf said. Mr. Combs brings this lawsuit to hold defendants accountable for the extraordinary damage their reckless statements have caused. Diddy is seeking $100 million in damages for the severe reputational and economic harm caused by what he claims are false and defamatory statements. Yeah, what a week. 7 lawsuits, 6 against him and 1 against NBC. Okay, I don't think he's going to win this lawsuit, this $100 million lawsuit against NBC, Universal, and Peacock. Because if you watch the documentary, every time someone, like I'll Be Sure said what he said, they would have like a disclaimer on the screen, pretty much protecting their behind. Okay, so Diddy don't have a case against NBC because they really had a disclaimer. They had a note every few seconds. It was annoying, but I see why they did that. So instead of trying to sue NBC, they need to sue these individuals who were insinuating all these claims. So yeah, instead of going after each individuals, which he will probably, I think he will, but he's suing the platforms who are providing the space for these people to spread their so-called, well, he claims they are lies. Okay, so because they have the money. The big platforms, the big corporations, they have the money. They have the millions. So Diddy is going after them. And then I'm sure he's going to go after each individuals. Like the YouTubers, who have a lot of liars on their platforms for views. Now they're scared. These YouTubers are scared. They are taking down videos. And I've said this many videos ago. I said these YouTubers are going to regret what they have done for views. They are going to regret it. Instead of reporting the news, they wanted to be involved. They wanted to pretend that they had inside information that they didn't really have. They had liars after liars, scammers after scammers, grifters after grifters, all on their platforms, lying. And these grifters on these platforms with their cash up on the screen, they'll be like the only one on the panel with their cash up on the screen. That's a huge red flag. Come on. What insider is going to have their cash up as... It's not even professional. It just looks so scamish. It's giving unprofessional, a grifter. Listen, just don't trust people like that, okay? They don't have no inside information. Everything that they say, everything that they know can be found online. So yeah, that is all, you guys. What are your thoughts? And look, don't be coming for me in the comments because I noticed that when I do a Diddy story, people get in their feelings. And this one person said that Diddy should sue me. And I'm like, why? Like, I didn't do anything. I've never lied on Diddy. Why should Diddy sue me? What the heck? So, yeah. So, keep it cute. All right? But you guys, yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.